is very, very important. The leadership in India has no clue what's business. We need a businessman leading the nation. These laws must be drawn up immediately, immediately. Every day you postpone, the well-being of the country is being postponed by years and decades. Right now, India and Pakistan, both of them if you're looking for a solution, you must understand this right now. Even if it's a political leader, what is it that the people of this nation are expecting him to deliver? An economic answer, isn't it? They're not asking him to teach a philosophy, they're not asking him to give some teaching, they want an economic answer, yes or no? They want an economic answer, okay, how can I do my business? Where can I get a job? What can I do? This is the question they're asking. So when this is the question they're asking, the leadership should have the necessary business, capabilities. The leadership in India has no clue what's business, you understand? They still think they're law enforcers. Yes, they are on one level. Yes, they are policymakers on another level, but they have no clue how to do business. It's very, very important that we strengthen the business leadership and put proper laws. At least first thing, if we cannot, rehaul or overhaul all the laws in the country, at least the economic rules. What are the ways you can do business, what are the ways you cannot do business in this country? These laws must be drawn up immediately, immediately. Every day you postpone, the well-being of the country is being postponed by years and decades. So, if you make this and encourage people, because in 1996 in India, only 3% of the population was employed, 97% was self-employed. So, we are essentially entrepreneurs. 97% of the population survive without jobs. We are great entrepreneurs, but we are only selling chickadkai, half a kilogram of chickadkai, this is our enterprise. And we spend a whole day, one person will spend a whole day selling half a kilogram of chickadkai. But do not underestimate this half a kilogram, because to sell this half a kilogram, he understands where he should stand, what he should say, what is the current politics, what is the latest cinema, he knows everything and he quotes things and he markets his chickadkai. Yes or no? So I'm saying there is this capability in the country, but we are trying to module now an economic model. For whatever reasons, I'm not going into the philosophy of it, the communistic way of existence, the socialist way of existence has collapsed. As an ideal, it's a fantastic thing. That everybody lives by his need, not by his greed, is a fantastic idea. But it did not work. So now we have chosen a market economy. Once you have market economy, you must understand that greed is good. If people don't have hunger, ambition, market economy will collapse. Our problem right now in this country is, we say this is a market economy. If somebody does well, we'll say, see, he's so greedy. This is not going to work. Somebody wants to gold paint himself and walk on the street. For me personally, it may be vulgar, but he likes to gold paint himself and walk on the street, that's his problem. But that is allowed in a market economy. Do you understand? We try to control these morals, now you kill the ambition. If you kill the ambition, you kill the market. So we must decide, are we going for market economy or are we going for socialist way of living? If we take steps in market, there is no time or no opportunity to look back and say, oh, that would be nice. There's no such thing. Both the systems have their problems. Greed is not the good way to structure a society, but right now the whole world is being structured that way. The only way you can make greed productive is proper economic laws. and unbridled opportunity for people to do business. For that, we need a businessman leading the nation.
Sadhguru, in your interactions with the business leaders, have you seen the inclination to accept this responsibility, to take up this challenge, to risk failure, and to do whatever it takes?
In a very big way right now in the world.
Well, that's very good news.
Internationally, it is very true.
But in India?
In the country,
because my
not
universe
so much.
now is India at this point of time.
No, that is the thing. Once you're ruled by business, national boundaries become irrelevant. This happened in 2007 or 8. I was at Davos. This is Pakistani breakfast. Musharraf, General Musharraf was speaking. The hall was packed. Everybody wanted to hear what he's going to talk. I also got invited, I went. And he spoke and spoke and spoke. People are looking at, these are all business people, they're looking at, okay, what are your economic policies? Can we do business in your country or no? That's all they want to know. But this man went on saying how he knows how he is a great leader and how his leadership did this and that, and he was giving leadership lessons to everybody. Every one of them is a leader by himself. But he was giving leadership lessons, and the whole time, 2-hour time, he spent 1.5 hours. And then there was no time left. So he said only one question. This was supposed to be an interactive session, but he did all the talking. Then I raised my hand. Because I had already met him previously, he said, okay, you. So I stood up and asked him, see, right now India and Pakistan, both of them, we are actually not developed countries. We like to call ourselves developing because we're developing for too long. Forever if you're developing, you're not a developing country, okay? If you're developing somewhere, you must become developed. I said, this is happening for too long. The reason is, one major reason is, both the nations are spending enormous amount of money on this defense and nonsense. If India and Pakistan had known these issues, both the countries probably would have prospered by now. But somehow we couldn't keep that nonsense down, we fought all these years. Just 3 wars are not the thing. Preparing for the war is a horribly expensive process. I said, see, you don't expect the religious leaders in your country and our country to come to any agreement. It's waste of time doing all these interfaith meetings and things. Anyway, they will pretend and go home and they will preach their own thing, okay? Two military leaders cannot agree because we are pointing guns at each other, we are trained to shoot. Political leaders cannot agree because that'll make them lose elections. But a business person has no issue. If there is a good deal in Pakistan, every Indian businessman will go and do deals in Pakistan. If there is a bridge to be built, for a $1 million bridge, they're offering $2 million, half of Hyderabad will go there. So I said, see, the first thing is, let's open up the business. If you open up the business, if daily transactions are happening, my people are on that side, your people on this side, my money there, your money here, I wouldn't want to bomb your country, you wouldn't want to bomb my country.
Gladly that's beginning to happen now, this transaction business relationship in India and Pakistan.
Because national borders will go away, that is very important. On the longer run, it is very important national borders get diluted. That is when armies will come down. That is when the potential of fighting on the planet will go down. That is when development will happen indiscriminately, according to capability, not according to national identity, isn't it? So this transaction should happen. And just previous day he was talking about how he's for peace and how he's looking for this and that, looking for support and money, but he forgot all that and he burst out. He said, how can we do business? You know, my dear friend, somebody mentioned name, he died in my arms in the war. I named my son after him because of that. We have spilled blood, we have lost people. How can we do business? We cannot do business. International press was amazed that this man just came out and said, we cannot do business with each other. Being the head of a nation, But if we started doing business, don't do any of these… all these parlays which are very expensive, politicians meeting, anyway it's a foregone conclusion, it's not going to go anywhere. Do business, as much business as possible. You will see people will forget who the hell is a Pakistani, who's an Indian.
I think that's very insightful, Sadhguru. I think what you initiated is now bearing fruit because I think India and Pakistan are now willing to do business at last.